Right. What were you searching for sonically on that particular project?
Um, I had big shoes to fill from uh, Star Status. Star Status had a all star lineup, and I just wanted to be consistent with that. I know my deficits, because I still feel like I never ended up being like a great songwriter, but I knew I had bars and I had an ear for production, and I wanted to make sure those two things remain true for Square One. Shout out to Kev once again for laying the foundation. That trademark low budget sound, and then just being able to reach out to being able to get some joints from Black Milk was incredibly dope. 14 KT, like, I think you know what, it's interesting, the feedback from Square One wasn't what I thought it would be. That's probably out of everything the one that was like, it was really tough for me to reconcile that I may have missed the mark on that one.
Mm,
Because I really put a lot into that record.
mm, okay. Is there a possibility of a Black Milk collaboration in the future, or was that something that kind of came and went?
Yeah, I doubt it. The situation with Black Milk was more of a mellow Black Milk situation where they had secured some production from him, and um, the only reason I was willing to, back when it was supposed to be the EP with him, I did have a rapport with him at the time. We had met, we were in contact. So we talked about the record and all that. So that kind of made it less artificial to me. Because I I wouldn't feel I feel like I was faking if I put out a project with somebody. Meanwhile, a label just bought a batch of beats from them and I rapped on them.
Uh,
But since then we haven't been in touch since then, so I don't think that's something that'd be possible. Shout out to Black Milk though, man.
right.
Incredible. Y'all know the vibes with him.
You linked up with DTMD for a couple tracks in 2015. What was that like?
Yeah, shout out to Duncan Swan, man. My young boys. Yo, them brothers, they so talented, man. To see cats that young, that so perfectly embody my era, my golden era. It's like they make my hip hop better than me. It's like, how is that possible? Then it's bugged out to, like, Twan told me like it's certain records he used to listen to when he was in high school, and I'm like, that's bugged out. Like, the one to have been around long enough for somebody of a certain age to say, "Hey, yo, I used to listen to you in high school," but then look at the byproduct of it though. Like, like incredibly dope, man. Shout out to those guys, man. Shout out to Twani. Definitely, you gotta have some young blood around. You know what I'm saying? To keep you right.
Right, no doubt. Before we talk about what you got going on in 2025, just kind of catch us up on, life after Square One, projects that you may have worked on that may have fell under the radar, guest appearances, production. Just let us know, what you been up to over the past few years.
Man, I've been clipping up, man. I've been clipping up. 2025 has to be the year of the release. Um, I went through a really tough creative rut for a few years. That took me. It was a deep hole I had to dig out of. But um, over that time, myself and Kev, we recorded an album called Cold. We've had that in the tuck for a little minute. Hopefully, we get to put that out this year. I also mentioned earlier I had a group project called COD. Myself, Cy Young, Camber, and Sean Bourne. We are like 80% done with recording that project. I love the way it came together, man. Just organic. We just, you know, it wasn't forced at all, man. It was really easy. Also got some work coming up with Drew Dave as well as Brain Orchestra. You know, a lot of things, man. I'm realizing that at this stage in the game for me, I think the one producer
Mm,
projects is like that for me. It's so much better for my creative process, and it just kind of simplifies and streamlines everything. So I'm really locked into the producer focused projects. So definitely, you know, the album with Kev, COD, Brain Orchestra, Drew Dave. Like I'm clipping up. I'm taking the advice. I wish I could have given my younger self. I'm putting out this music, man. I'm putting out this music. I'm excited. I'm excited. Old man still got a jump shot. I'm trying to let these young boys know.
no doubt. With so much changing with the musical landscape, what keeps Ken Starr inspired to keep creating, new music?
That's a good question, man. Because that was a part of that creative rut is just lacking inspiration. Um, I just I had to look inward, man, and I wasn't okay knowing that I hadn't done what I felt like I need to do as an artist. I got more to say. I'm finally at a point now where I feel like early in my career, you know, hadn't lived a lot of life, and you know, trying to not just do battle raps for a whole album, and I'm trying things conceptually, but I go back and listen, and I can hear the lack of actual real life experience. Being
Right,
older now, I have a lot more to say, a lot more relevant things to say, and I feel like my content has reached a level with like my skill level, you know, just as far as like MCing, and that's something that I'm really excited to present to people. Um, Kenn Starr 2.0, like I feel like it's I have a lot more to say. I have a lot more to say, and that's my inspiration. Um, I need people to hear the grown man Ken, because if they rock with what they heard thus far, then you know this is such a evolution of that that I think people deserve to hear.
right. No doubt. Any other avenues you're looking to explore, maybe outside of music?
Nah, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Like, yo, so much respect to so many of my you know my colleagues that are multifaceted, you know, and so talented in so many areas adjacent to like music. But this is my outlet, man. This is my outlet. It feels good to be able to create my art, and I'm in a place now where I'm just blessed and privileged to still be able to do it. I'm so humbled by the fact that there's still people out there that want to hear what I have to say, that want to hear new music, and that's good enough for me, man. That's good enough for me. I'm gonna do my 1-2, get it out to the folks that's tapped in, man, and you know keep it pushing.
Right. Where would the supporters be able to find that new music in the future?
It's gonna be on the DSPs. We looking for some situations, you know. If you're listening to this and you have any type of interest in putting out some Ken Starr material in the near future, please holler at me. But you know, it's we at a point now where you don't really need much of anything. You know, you can just put your music out. So I have no doubt it's gonna get to the people. We're just trying to work out the business to see what the best uh what the best game plan is for that. But y'all gonna get it.
Where can the supporters continue to support Ken Starr on social media at?
Um IG. I had to get off. I had to get off that X man. You know that boy crazy. Um, IG Kenneth Cole. that's pretty much it. I think that's I'm not super heavy on the socials. I kind of scaled back. Just too much going on, man. Too much going on. But that's where you can find me. Hit me up. Where you hear the latest, greatest about upcoming projects, man. And yeah,
No doubt. I want to thank you for everything you've done for the culture. You've been an inspiration since I picked up the debut day one.
I appreciate that, man.
It's been an honor talking to you. Before we get out of here, any last words for your day one supporters and the new supporters you picked up on the way?
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for everybody who's ever taken their time to listen to my music. To those who still do, um, y'all have got me through some real life shit, man. You know, um, you never know how that message. Sometimes I get these messages at low points, man, and it just, you know, um, one time I was really going through a rough stretch, man. And Pharaoh Monch gave me a follow back on IG. And I'm like, that's dope. Like sometimes people of note, you get a follow and don't know what it's about, but you know, he's somebody I literally came up with, on my bedroom wall. Like,
Right.
so I hit him up. I'm like, yo, it's an honor. Like, bro, you're such a huge influence and da 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 da. And he essentially was like, yo, um, I'm sorry I'm late to the party. Like, yo, your flow is immaculate. Like, full stop. I'm like, what? Coming from somebody like Pharaoh, like those are the things that once again help validate everything I've done, the struggle to really be the best artist I could be, and yeah, man, I appreciate it, man, sincerely, y'all keep a brother going, yeah.
No doubt. We appreciate you as well. Everybody be on the lookout for the new material when it drops. Anything you got to talk about in the future, Kenn Starr, you're always welcome.
My
Like I
guy,
said, everything you've done for the culture and spending this moment with me. Be sure to, like I said, support Kenn and everything he's dropping in the near future. I'm the Journal Sin-seer. That is Kenn Starr. Thank you so much.
appreciate you, man.
Yeah, let's stay locked in.